Hi guys, I wanted to do a video about bullying and like just mean people that like talk shit, especially bullying in high school. Because usually that's only really where bullying happens is in school. Once you get out of school and get older, there usually aren't a lot of bullies. Some people are bullies, but usually at that point in your life, you're able to just not really interact with them. I'm gonna kind of take a step back from the bullying and say to win any battle, you must understand your attacker or your enemy. And I want to make you understand the thought process of the bully and why they bully. Often in that moment, they seem very strong and powerful and, invincible, and nothing can hurt them. But it's usually a very, very different situation from how they actually are feeling internally and the reasons why they bully. And if you can understand your opponent and their thought process, then you're much more likely to be able to defeat them. So I would say that a good 95% of bullies are abused themselves in some way. And it is often a verbal, physical or sexual, but often a verbal abuse by a parent or someone in their family or their close circle that is supposed to be a protector for them. And I'm mostly talking about like the main bully, like the leader of the bullies. Often children will kind of join in the bullying, and it's not for necessarily the same reason as the initial bullier starts, but I will touch on that a bit. So the bullier usually is being bullied himself or abused himself at home. They feel everything that they are trying to make you feel. So when you're being bullied and you're feeling put down, ashamed, scared, embarrassed, stupid, like you'll accomplish nothing, you'll be nothing, you are nothing, you're ugly, all of these negative things that can be told to you when you are being bullied. You don't fit in this box that I think that you should fit in. P.S. I'm like 13, so what the fuck do I know about life? Nothing. But for some reason, I think I'm a genius and you don't fit in my box that I'm trying to fit you in, so I'm going to bully you. So usually that pain that they're trying to make you feel, they feel themselves, and they've felt it for a long time. And they've realized somehow along the line, whether it be with a pet or a stuffed animal or a younger sibling, that it feels better to be the bullier than the bullyee. And you may be thinking, why do you have to be either? But when you're constantly being attacked, and I'm not trying to excuse their behavior at all because bullies are dicks, but when you're constantly young, like a 4-year-old or something, and you feel like you're being attacked or you don't feel safe, often you can feel that it's you or me. One of us is going down and I'm going to be the aggressor because I'm not going down. So when that child gets older, often they can take that out as bullying because they want, not only do they not want to feel pain themselves, but they start to get enjoyment out of not only seeing other people in that pain, but knowing it's not them. Seeing you have pain, but I don't have pain. But on top of that, they have power. They now have the control. They now have the power. They now are the ones inflicting the pain rather than receiving the pain. And that can be a very powerful feeling. Know that about your bullier, that they are usually an extremely weak, fragile, sensitive person that is just so petrified of feeling pain themselves and showing weakness that they literally inflict pain on others to suppress those negative feelings themselves. And I think that's to a lesser extent why children, like the average child, will often join in bullying when they see a ringleader. The kid that's a more severe case, like I just talked about, the more average child joins in bullying because everyone at some point has felt stupid or embarrassed or things like that. And you see that person being bullied and you think that could be me. So I don't want to risk being the one being made fun of or being bullied in this public display. So instead, I'll join the crowd of people bullying. So therefore, if, you know, you can't beat them, join them. I'll just become part of the mob. So what can you do with this information? Okay, yeah, you know that you're, not only is your bully a dick, but now he's a fucking emotional loser too. Like, come on. So that knowledge is power. You need to start literally changing the way that you look at your bully. When you see that bully walking down the hall or doing anything, like literally whatever class you have, observe them and watch them, and you'll start to see their pain and their fear in every move they make, in the way they think, in their thought processes, in what they say. You'll start to see that, hey, this isn't about me at all. This is every comeback and insult that they say is about them and about their fear and about their not feeling worthy and about their lack of whatever. And when you realize that, hey, this isn't about me, this is about you. You feel like shit. You feel like a loser. You feel like you're going to be nothing. And maybe you may say, hey, this super skinny girl calls me a fat fuck. How could she? Like, that's obviously not the case. Obviously, girls are crazy when it comes to their weight. So they are like, a lot of times skinny girls are feeling like they're fat and they're like throwing up in the bathroom and stuff like that. But it's more so like if they're talking about you physically don't look good, it means that they physically don't feel that they look good. If they're insulting your clothes, they don't feel confident about maybe their financial situation or that they you know, meet the standard. Or if they do meet the standard, they're so terrified about falling off that pedestal that they insult you because that's all they have. They don't have any ethics. They don't have any integrity. All they have is their fucking name brand, whatever. So they put you down because as long as being name brand is in, then they're in. So it's all about staying on top. It's all about them thinking and trying to stay on top and trying to, you know, not be, you know, the underdog. And a lot of times when they get home from school, they are the underdog and they know, I better be on top at school because when I get home, my dad is going to be the top dog. I don't want to say every single bully is abused. I don't want to say that at all, but I do think that naturally you don't enjoy inflicting pain on people. We are naturally good-hearted people. When a young child especially is getting so much joy that they target someone, because you wouldn't go out of your way to do something and put so much effort and time into something unless you're getting a payoff, unless you're getting some sort of enjoyment from this process. Why are they getting such an enjoyment from the process? And I don't think the average person enjoys seeing another person in pain. You know, I could be wrong, but I don't think that. And for the, you know, I said 95% are abused. For the other 5%, I think that there's some just narcissistic people out there that just genuinely are born narcissistic. They only see things from their point of view. They enjoy being cruel because they've like feeling on top, and they didn't have to be, you know, they didn't have to ever have that role reversal. They just enjoy it because they can only see things from their point of view. And if you don't really know what a narcissist is, maybe I'll list the dictionary definition below. You're not the one with the problem. They're the one with the problem. They don't feel good about themselves. And that's why they're talking shit. And when you get out of school, everything will be fine.